today's collectible spot, we are having a look at the Chronicle Collectibles, the Ghostbusters Terror Dog replica. Unfortunately, this is probably one of these first reviews where Spot's actually going to have to go guerrilla style, and I have to hold the camera because my tripod just simply can't get a far enough distance away to get all of the Terror Dog box in view here. The box is absolutely large. It is so big. On the front of the package, or the front of the box, we've got Chronicle Legacy Series, Ghostbusters, and down below that, we've got Terror Dog. A really nice image, though, of the Terror Dog itself with the Ghostbusters logo in the front. As for the back of the box, you've got a picture of what the Terror Dog is going to look like, with a read-up saying, juggling comedy and the supernatural, Ghostbusters is a modern classic. The Academy Award-nominated Ghostbusters FX team created a host of memorable ghosts and creatures for the film, but none are as charmingly horrifying as the Terror Dogs. The Terror Dogs are bestial versions of Zuul and the Gatekeeper and Vince Clortho, the Keymaster, loyal minions of Gozer the Gozerian. First appearing in the refrigerator of Dana Barrett, the Terror Dogs eventually possess both Dana and her neighbor Lewis, and an open interdimensional portal for their demonic monster Gozer, which is bad news for Manhattan. Chronicle Collectibles produced the Terror Dog replica from the original FX mold, rotocast in high-quality resin and hand-painted to match the filming puppet. The Terror Dog was approved by the original sculptor and stop-motion animator Randall William Cook. The Terror Dog stands on its own demonic feet and requires no base. Horns for both the Keymaster version pointing up and the Gatekeeper version pointing down are included. And just before we open up the box, once again there is a close-up look at what the Terror Dog is going to look like. So what Spot's going to do is he's going to get this incredible sculpture out of packaging, and when we come back, we're going to get a better look at the Chronicle Collectibles Legacy Series Ghostbusters Terror Dog. There's more heading your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. To come included with the Terror Dog, you get a certificate of authenticity indicating the Terror Dog are bestial versions of Zuul the Gatekeeper and Vince Clortho the Keymaster, loyal minions of Gozer the Gozerian. It's essentially the same read-up as the one on the back. Chronicle Collectibles produced the Terror Dog replica from the original FX mold, rotocast in high-quality resin and hand-painted to match the filming puppet. The Terror Dog was approved by the original sculptor and stop-motion animator Randall William Cook. You include also a signature down below, Randall William Cook and Chronicle Legacy Series down below, and also you get a little hologram of the Chronicle Collectibles down below as well. So there are two releases of the Terror Dog, one being the standard release, and then one being the Legacy Series edition. If you get the standard edition, which is more circulated, it comes included with the horns. Now, both the Legacy Series and the standard release series will both come with two pairs of horns. The longer horns for Vince Clortho, the Keymaster, and the shorter horns for Zuul, the Gatekeeper. The Gatekeeper horns will be down, and of course the Keymaster horns will be up. I'll show you how that attaches. You'll probably also see too that the horns are magnetized. Not only are they magnetized to themselves, but they are also magnetized to the sockets when we attach them to the horn crevice situated on the top of the Terror Dog's head. If you're able to get your hands, though, on the Legacy release of this, the Legacy series will also still come with the two pairs of horns, but it will also come included with this. This is a signed plaque signed by Randall William Cook, and it is signed a plaque and custom plaque holder. It is a beautiful looking piece, a really accenting piece to the existing already cool statue, but having the actual signature of the sculptor is really the icing on the cake. Don't know if you can see it, it's really prone for fingerprints, but you've got the image there of the pyramid, and down below you've got Terror Dog. Some really great sculpting also on the sides. This has a lot of weight to it, the plaque holder. The sides have almost a burnt brownish gold coloring. Some brickwork there as well, which carries over onto both sides. There's the back of it there. And on the underside, you've got a felt surface, preventing, of course, the plaque from scratching any surface when you have it on display. So let's talk dimensions. Just exactly how big is the Terror Dog? The Terror Dog stands at 19 inches in length, which is quite long. It's 12 inches in width, so when we spin it around, I'll show you the front end of it, it's going to be 12 inches wide and it's 11 inches high. So a standard 6 scale figure, the Terror Dog stands at the same height, just shy of the same height as a standard 12-inch figure. As for the weight, this is the most biggest aspect of the figure itself. The statue is 20 pounds in weight. It's very heavy. Obviously, moving it can be a little bit more difficult because it's 20 pounds, but it does feel very solid. And when you couple that with putting it in the box with the packing materials and you have it shipped, carrying it home in as big as of a box as it is, and the sheer weight of being 20 pounds, it's a very big box to finagle into a car, certainly to say the least. So let's go ahead and look at its head, and keeping in mind as well that this is taken from the original sculpted puppets used for the original Ghostbusters. It's an actual true representation, a true replica of the screen-used puppet, and it is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. It's just such a great looking sculpt. Now let's go ahead and we can incorporate the horns. The hardest part is actually just trying to decipher which is the longer of the horns, but showing you the side by side. You can see how maybe you can see it there, how the Keymaster horns angle up. See how it arches up, whereas the Gatekeeper's arches down or curves down. They are shaped so that there is almost like a door-shaped port plug to it, and again that's just going to attach to the socket areas of the sides of the head. So we go ahead and making sure, of course, you've got the right side going the right way. Again, those are magnetized, very, very strong magnets. That attaches on the one side. We can go ahead and attach the other on the other side, and then there you've got the Gatekeeper. If you want the Keymaster, however, go ahead and just take the horns off and put those just to the side. Go ahead and then take the longer horns, which again angle up, and you want to make sure you got them on the right side though. Here we go. And attach the horn on the other side. And then that is the difference between the two. Now both the standard releasing and the Legacy Edition releases of this Terror Dog will have both sets. The downside though is obviously you're going to want to get two of these so that you can have one displayed as Gatekeeper and one displayed as Keymaster Terror Dog. Preferring one look over the other, I think I might lean a little bit more towards the Gatekeeper or the Keymaster look with the angled out horns rather than the Gatekeeper's horns, which are angling down. Again, just a matter of preference, but as you can see, it's a very simple swap out, especially having it magnetized. One thing that they did so well with the RoboCop 2 Kane was incorporating a lot of aspects of it that were magnetized. This is a lot easier than changing out versus something that would have had to be pegged into place where you're always running the risk of breaking a peg, removing it. Very smart to incorporate magnets. So there's a close-up look at his face, or its face. You can see the big glowing demonic red eyes, the side jowl area of his mouth, the teeth, and tongue. And I'll show you a closer look at the mouth in a second, but just an incredible looking sculpt. This is one of those pieces that if you can afford it, and being a Ghostbusters fan, this looks just simply awe-inspiring in person, and I really hope that the camera can do it true justice. So with a puppet like this, essentially what it is the original prototype, the original screen-used puppet, the prototype was restored by Christina Lucas Francis, and then therefore approved by the original sculptor Randall William Cook. So really what you're getting is you're getting a true recreated replica, a true replica of the actual screen-used puppet. And it, again, just looks so very impressive. You can see all the little wrinkles around the nostril area, the sunken in brow area around the eyes. I suppose as one little thing I wish that it could have done, I wish the eyes could have lit up. But that's small. That's a very, very small little nitpick. Other than the fact that the eyes, I wish they could have lit up, everything on him looks perfect. There's the side of what the Terror Dog looks like there. The teeth have a wetness look to it, and what they've done is they've colored the lower areas and upper areas of the teeth with a darker orangey, almost yellow color. And if I hopefully can get the camera to pick it up, there's the tongue inside there as well. The tongue is slightly curved, and you can see the smaller teeth on the inside of the mouth cavity. All this area here looks wet. They've given it a slight wet look to it, and you can see some of the horns protruding out from the sides of his flesh. Where a lot of the sculpt really shines through is the area around the neck, which has that wrinkled, slightly almost like a rhinoceros style of skin. And you can see the several different folds as it comes down to the front area of the chest. There's a closer look at the chest area of the Terror Dog. This is something, unfortunately, that I feel so upset over, that movies nowadays just don't have this, where somebody would have gone in and sculpted an actual screen-used puppet, whether it be by stop motion or if it was animatronics. I feel like a craft like this is so almost forgotten, and it's disappointing, because everything nowadays you can do so much with CG that sometimes really less is more. You know, just because you can do things in CG doesn't mean that you can't go back and create incredible sculpts with your hands, as opposed to, you know, using a computer. There's a closer look at its hands, or claws. See, again, all that wrinkled gray, very, very similar to like a rhinoceros style of skin. Carries out to these very large claws. As well, the statue itself doesn't require any sort of base. It's freestanding. It seems to support its weight perfectly fine. The problem, I guess, if anything, is just getting it fit into a display case or on a shelf. Here's the back of the Terror Dog. Very long tail. The stance, and I'm only noticing it now looking at the statue in hand, the stance of the Terror Dog kind of reminds me of like a very low ground bulldog, very, you know, set bulldog squatted down. Very muscular legs there, the back pivot or ankle areas of the dog. Go with the back of the legs there as well. It's not necessarily a pose that you're going to be displaying him in, but I just want to show you what the underside of the Terror Dog looks like, with all the little wrinkles also in its stomach. It carries off up to the looser flaps of skin that go up to its neck, and then the very strong commanding legs that it stands on. The Chronicle Collectibles Legacy Series Ghostbusters Terror Dog replica is jaw-droppingly awesome. Such an incredible looking piece. It's very heavy. No real assembly, again, other than just the assembly of the horns. Again, a matter of just a preference whether you want to have it as the Keymaster or Gatekeeper. Still kind of leaning towards the Keymaster, to be honest. But it's such a great piece. It's about $600, so it's a little bit more of an expensive statue, if you will. But if you really kind of look at the size of other 6-scale figures, 6-scale figures by default run about $200, $300. So to imagining getting a statue this large, standing at 20 pounds, it's as impressive as it is hopefully as impressive through camera as it is in person. I got to tell you, like in person, it is just simply jaw-dropping. Spot will put the link down below. I'll put the link down below to Chronicle Collectibles if you want to order them directly. They are available in other places as well, but if you want to get them directly from Chronicle Collectibles, you also benefit from the fact that you can also, hopefully, as they are in limited quantities, get with the Legacy series, as you can get the plaque that accompanies the figure or statue as well. If not, and you get the standard release, you're still going to get the pairs of horns that, again, you can mix and match depending on whether you want to have it as the Gatekeeper or the Keymaster. Simply an impressive statue, and especially with the Ghostbusters reboot essentially just right around the corner, this is a great figure to capture the essence of the original classic Ghostbusters, which really, reboot aside, you'll never be able to match the level of awesomeness that the original Ghostbusters was. Today's collectible spot, though, we were having a look at the Chronicle Collectibles Legacy series. This was the Ghostbusters Terror Dog. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more collectible spots heading your way. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time.